Welcome everyone to another day here in Bronie's world and at Bronie's desk today. I have one of my dearest friends from the USA, Dr. Lisa Singletary. And look, she's just a gem. You know, I can call on her pretty much last minute to fill in for those who have had other things happen and had to pull out and all sorts of things. And her and I do one-on-one. We try to do a one-on-one once a month for a Super Saturday. For the last 2 months, we've both had things, and never mind. We've missed a couple, Dr. Lisa. So it is with the greatest of pleasure and an honor to have her here with us today, filling in for the person who was going to be on. And we thought, because we have this amazing new coffee line, and it's an instant coffee, and people have been asking about instant coffee for ages. But here in Longevity, we don't do things by half measure. There always has to be a health benefit for you, because there are many, many different coffees out there in the world, but not all of them have health benefits. So I thought, with Christmas coming up and people loving coffee, and okay, not everyone loves coffee, but that's okay. We all know someone who does. And this is a great thing to have in the cupboard, even if you don't drink coffee, because it comes in sachets like this, or when you have coffee lovers come. And why not give them the health benefit while they're at it? And I've also asked her to talk about the best combination to go with it is our collagen creamer and its benefits as well, because we're all about bettering your health here at Bronie's desk. And why not do it with things that people love? Okay, so with no further ado, Dr. Lisa, I'm handing it over to you with your butterflies.
Oh, thank you. Well, Bronie, thank you for having me back. I just love anytime when I can come to Bronie's desk. And I really did miss our time. So it's good to be back. It's good to have everyone in the room. And I love this topic of our coffee in general, but mushroom coffee in particular. And I just, you mentioned that our company, we don't go halfway. So most of the mushroom coffees on the market will have 2, 3, 4 different mushroom types. Ours has 10. So
Oh, I hadn't even set to count them.
yeah. So I mean, just the fact that we could get a luxurious, and it really is a luxurious taste of, depending on how much water you put in it, but of instant coffee with the lovely taste of coffee, but all of the extra benefits of the mushrooms with less caffeine, it's just a win-win-win. So, because I understand, I haven't tried other mushroom beverages. Not all of them are mushroom coffees. Some of them are just, mushrooms and water. So I'm, I understand you have to get used to that taste very much. But this coffee tastes like coffee. Now, I have to say, the first time I tried it, I took one of the little sachets and I put it into 8 ounces of hot water. It was too dilute. So I didn't like it at all. But then, not being quite as stubborn as my dad, and I am stubborn, but not quite as stubborn, I said, all right, I'll give it another chance. So I put it in 6 ounces of water. And oh, it was glorious. So, if you don't get the taste you want right away, then just try fiddling with the amount of water a little bit. And you know yourself, you know how, if you like the coffee, thin or if you like it on the thicker side or, more the stronger side. So take that into consideration. I think on the packets, I think it says 6 to 8 as the instruction. And 7 ounces is okay for me. 6 ounces is okay, but 8 ounces, don't even try. But the fact that you can get a luxurious, healthy coffee with 10 mushroom extracts for $1.25 a cup, even down to $1.10 US, depending on how many bags you get at a time. That's such, I mean, it's a crazy price. I don't know how even they got that price point for us, but it's amazing that we can have such healthful and delicious, portable, convenient coffee experience, mushroom coffee experience for less than $2 a cup, just over $1 a cup. So, because people spend a lot of money on their coffee
Oh, they
when
do.
they're going to these drive-throughs and so we've got a wonderful alternative with a lot of wonderful benefits. So, I mean, coffee has many good benefits, and you'll hear if you dig enough, you'll hear, well, some people will say, well, you shouldn't drink coffee for this or that, and there are some people who, and I think it depends on the beans. I think it depends on the grind. It depends on the roasting sometimes. But there are some people who are a little sensitive just to I think it's to the roasting uh, and the grinding. The fact that you've taken these things and ground them and roasted them. But for the most part, it's coffee by itself is very, very beneficial. But then the mushrooms just take it to another level. So, how do you like it? Have you tried it, Bronie?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
And it doesn't give you, like sometimes coffee gives you a bit of jitters, a bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Not even jitters. Like keeps you, like high, like awake. I mean,
Yeah,
people
a
drink coffee to
buzz.
keep them awake, but then struggle to even then come down and get to sleep.
Right.
I can
Or that
actually
there's a
have
crash,
this,
or they get a crash.
yeah, and I can drink this as an evening drink and still get to sleep quite fine.
Yeah, that's great.
That's
Yeah, for
my
me,
personal take anyway.
yeah.
Um,
For me, everything changed. I mean, I could drink 1 or 2 of those a day and just be fine. No
mm,
problem. But everything changed for me with the Rise and Restore 3.0.
yeah, we can't get that here in Australia.
Um, it, there's some things in there. There's some brain boosters in there that they call them nootropics,
Yeah.
and I could feel them, and so they give me a buzz. And
Mm,
uh, and there's a little bit of green tea in the Rise and Restore, but I'm sure it's not the, the caffeine. So those
no.
nootropics or something gives me a buzz with the Rise, and so uh, and it took me a couple days to figure it out. I can't. I mean, I can. I did, but it prolongs it if I drink the coffee and the Rise at the same time. So,
Well, I wouldn't have thought to drink them at the same time.
well, not at the same time, but you know, within a short period of time. So, um, what I do is I'll drink the Rise, in the morning, but the coffee will be my afternoon pick me up, which I really don't need an afternoon pick me up with the Rise, but that's my excuse. So, Well, let me know. Am I rubbing the mic with my jacket? Yeah.
No? Well, if you are, we can't hear it, but
Oh, that's good.
maybe put it on your jacket.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, because I think the jacket may be muting the
There
the
you go.
sound. But anyway,
There.
so the benefits of this coffee. What are the health benefits of all those mushrooms? Can you share with us some of those
I am
benefits?
so glad you asked
Very good.
because I did study each mushroom. I made an email sequence actually and featured each mushroom in a sequence. But at one point, let me see if I can find it. Uh, after going through the whole sequence, uh, is that you? Yeah. Okay. After going through the whole sequence, and I used AI to help me research, I asked it for the nicknames, or I asked it for like a catchy name for each mushroom. So here we go. So the number one mushroom is lion's mane. It's known as the smart mushroom. It supports brain health, potentially enhancing memory and cognitive function. It's like, okay, I love this. It's like a personal trainer for your neurons. I know. So
Hello.
number two is reishi mushrooms, Reishi, often called the mushroom of immortality. It may support stress relief and memory. Think of it as your Zen master in a cup.
Oh, that sounds nice, doesn't it?
Number three, cordyceps. This energy boosting powerhouse may enhance exercise performance and overall vitality. It's your natural pre workout buddy. And I
Mm.
did look it up, and there are some athletes that before their workouts, they'll take some cordyceps mushroom or, some sort of cordyceps mushroom.
Wow.
Number four is chaga. I don't know if it's chaga or chaga, but I call it chaga. It's rich in antioxidants. It combats oxidative stress and supports your immune system. Consider it your internal shield.
Oh,
Number
there you go.
five,
That's good.
yeah, I love it. Number five, turkey tail. With its prebiotic effects, it supports a healthy digestive system, which is crucial for your gut-brain connection. It's your intestinal peacekeeper.
Wow. I'm loving this, the analogy is giving.
Yeah. So let's see. That was one. Let me go to my next email. Okay. And I call this a fresh look at our all-stars. That's the name of the email. So number six, Royal Sun agaricus mushroom. Let's call it the Regal Defender. It's royal in name and defends your body. It's like a knight in shining armor.
We all need one of those.
Oh yeah. Maitake is known as the dancing mushroom. And I looked that up. I'm like, really? And it's true. There's some villages in Japan that when they found these mushrooms, the whole village danced. So
Wow.
because they knew how good they were. It supports heart health and may bolster metabolism. It's your cardiovascular choreographer.
Hmm.
White fungus, this beauty mushroom provides antioxidants and may help hydrate skin. Think of it as your internal esthetician. And then number nine, oyster mushroom, the cardiovascular caretaker. It may help regulate cholesterol and blood sugar levels. Think of it as your heart's personal trainer. And rounding out the 10, shiitake, the immune illuminator. It stimulates your immune system and provides antibacterial support. It's like a microscopic superhero patrolling your system. So that's the mushroom team that we add to the coffee.
It's an amazing coffee. And you know, it's interesting. I actually never realized there were so many different types of mushrooms. And obviously there are ones that are not good for you. Clearly they're not in there. But you know, you sort of kind of, when you think of a mushroom, you just think of the ones that we chop up and put on a salad or whatever, you know, and just blew my mind that we'd have mushroom in a coffee.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, so it's not just a coffee bean.
That's right. But you know what? I I sample it, and there's some people, you know, that were difficult to sample to in the past, or difficult to talk about the nutrition in the past for some reason or another, whatever. But I looked up how many people drink coffee, and it's like 75% of people drink at least 1 cup of coffee a day. So I thought, you know what? Just keep it simple. And I sample it as luxury instant coffee. And then sometimes I'll stick the mushroom in, sometimes I just stick with the coffee, depending on the person. And then add the, you know, say, and you know what, this isn't just a great coffee, but it also helps your brain. And it's not just the brain, but it helps a lot of other things. But
helps your heart, helps your gut. I'm just thinking about all those mushrooms you read out.
Yeah.
Makes you dance.
I say that because of the press, of the advertisements that are on TV and on the radio. They're mostly talking about the brain boost of the mushrooms and or the mushroom coffee. So that's my entrance. But then I find out it's so much more. So
yeah. And so, Dr. Lisa, what is the bean, the coffee bean itself that's in it? Do they come from the plantation that our amazing Dr. Wallach owns?
No. My understanding is that plantation was wiped out in, I think it was hurricanes in Nicaragua.
Okay. I wondered if that was the case, if that had happened.
I think the plantation was wiped out. So this is a different sourcing. And I can't tell you where they're from. Really.
Yes, because our other coffee lines, suddenly we couldn't get them anymore, and I wondered whether it was because of the storm, but I must admit I hadn't asked. But I knew
there were also some international trade issues and COVID and, you know, just a whole lot of things complicated the supply chain of the coffee of the, you know, the former coffee line. But I think this is our 3rd coffee, so, you know, Steve has been dedicated to keeping coffee as one of our I would say one of our primary products.
Yeah. So besides the mushrooms and besides the coffee bean, are there any other things in this coffee that people might be worried about or find beneficial?
I think the other notable things are what it doesn't have, which it doesn't have pesticides, it doesn't have gluten. It's, you know, let me read. Because I mean, and when you look at the packaging they gave us, the packaging is amazing. There it is, pesticide-free, vegan, allergen-free. So,
Gluten-free.
Mm-hmm. But the
Yep.
only
Has
ingredients
protein,
are
is that a gram of protein? Total sugars
less than
0.
1 gram of
Yeah,
protein.
less than 1 gram. No sugars,
No, the only ingredients
dietary
are
fibers.
the coffee powder and the mushroom complex extract.
Mm.
And that's important too, that it's an extract because, you know, some people, at least uh, initially when they first heard of it, they thought you were putting the mushrooms or grinding up mushrooms and putting it in. And um, I mean, that's something that can be done, but not necessarily to get the best effect. So we have the extract of these mushrooms, which means we can have a more potent product with less volume, less, uh,
And usually I find
im-
when
I'll say impurities.
when
But
longevity get the extract of something, they get the best part of that particular plant. So in this case, mushrooms.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the green tea, they get the best part of it. They get the beneficial part. That's what I'm looking for, the beneficial parts, because, you know, they do it with other things too. And they always, I heard it explain one time they can actually get a, what do you call it? Syringe, needle and syringe, and just take out the parts that are beneficial. And I think, wow, the science behind that just blows my mind to think that, all these things can have that, even some things that aren't beneficial, but they might have a beneficial part. And because it's the extract, then it's not causing like how some people are allergic um, to caffeine or have a reaction to caffeine. And if they're taking out that word, I've lost my tongue, can't get around it now, part of it, they're not getting that same effect.
Well, everybody's different. So I would, if someone told me that they react to caffeine, then I wouldn't say, oh, well, you won't react to this
No,
because,
I wouldn't say that either, but
but
I
number
would
one,
suggest maybe try it, because you may find you won't.
um, so a couple things. Number one, um, just in the immediate, I would say try smaller, like, a half a pack or a third of a pack
Mm,
and um, work up and see. Number two, a lot of those issues are symptoms of an underlying gut problem. So if they can get the
yes.
gut fixed, then they may not have, and also get the full minerals so that their bodies can process these things, then they might not have those issues.
Issues.
But
Hmm.
initially, I would say definitely start small. Start um, maybe not dilute because that would affect the experience of it, but start with a small amount,
A
like a
sip or
quarter of a
two.
cup. Huh?
A sip or two.
Yeah.
Like dad, a sip. That first
That
sip's got to
one
be.
sip had to be right. If that first sip wasn't right, no Keurig machine on my counter. So,
Yeah.
but
So
yeah,
anyway, sorry.
but it
Did
is
you?
possible that the combination of the lower caffeine amounts and the presence of some of the mushrooms, particularly the calmer, the Zen, right,
Mm,
mushrooms, would give someone a better experience than they would have if they just took straight coffee or straight
yeah.
tea, which can have as much or more caffeine than coffee sometimes. So,
Yes, it can, amazingly enough. So, okay, so do you like your coffee black or do you like it white? So if you like your coffee white, instead of adding the milk, try adding our collagen creamer. Now this is I don't always add a full pack of this, especially to my coffee. So that's easy enough to just pour a little bit out, and I have a little clippy thing that goes on there to seal it. So, Dr. Lisa,
Yeah.
the benefits of, and we look, another thing that is out there on the telly all the time and in the news and, advertised greatly is collagen peptides and the benefits of collagen. And we know that Dr. Wally has been preaching the benefits of it for decades. So let's share with our listeners a little bit about the collagen creamer and the
Okay.
benefits of adding that to your coffee. So, you get a double dose of benefits. Coffee and the
So,
creamer make a great combination.
so, full disclosure, if I were to add something to my college, I mean, I'll say this. I add cream right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do intend to try um, not the collagen creamer. I heard someone say that the liquid Beyond Osteo was fantastic in the coffee. So that's
Oh,
the next thing
yes,
I'm going to try.
it is.
And, um, but I do love the benefits of collagen, and I'll give the collagen creamer a try. Uh, it was a little strong for me at first, but you know, silly me. I wasn't titrating it, right? I just tried the whole packet, and that was too strong. So I will give it another try. But collagen itself, collagen is, I know it's the one of the nutrients of the day. You hear a lot about it. You don't hear enough about it. Collagen does so much in the body. It's amazing. And that is because it is the number one structural protein in our body. So our connective tissue, all of the, I mean, everything. We've got liquid connective tissue, that's blood. We've got solid connective tissue, that's bones. But we've got connective tissue connecting all of our organs and in between all of our cells. And that's all collagen, baby. And, you know, when we talk about last month was a focus on women's hormone balance. And one of the
Mm.
things that women are, or that was a big topic last month was aging and the appearance of aging in the skin. And a lot of that, when people uh, experience the wrinkles or the sagging, it's because they're starting to decrease their collagen production. So being able to get collagen in such a lovely form is a win. Now, uh, again, with the 3.0 Rise and Restore, well, even before it came out, I really started thinking very strategically about when I took my supplements. And so there were certain supplements that I knew I wanted to take at night because that's when your body is restoring and rebuilding your tissues. So
Yeah.
that's when I would want to take my collagen at night. Well, you might not want your coffee at night, but like you said, this particular coffee doesn't disturb your sleep even as an evening beverage. So that's a bonus. Uh, but our collagen, look at the cream. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it has 7.5 grams of collagen per stick.
Absolutely, it does. Right here on the pack.
Thank you.
Nice and big.
And
Nice and
the
big so I can
reason,
actually read it.
awesome. And the reason that's important is because most of the studies that are done for collagen research on skin and nails and hair, the benefits are done with 4 to 5 grams, somewhere in that region. So we've got even more in the collagen creamer. So if, let's say you use half a pack, you're still getting research grade benefits just from the collagen alone. Now, if you want to boost the benefits, this is a ninja trick for collagen. You add a little bit of vitamin C. So, and I love the chewable vitamin C, but I don't chew them. They're powerful. I suck on them. So I treat them like lozenges, and I stretch them out. The first time I had one, I put it in my mouth and I was like, whoa, I had to take it out of my mouth. And so I had to build up a little bit of a tolerance to the vitamin C, but I love them. And they give the collagen a boost because in the body, vitamin C is part of the process of turning the raw materials of collagen, hyaluronic acid, into connective tissue.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't know that. See, there you go. You need to get your coffee, collagen, and your vitamin C because we
Yep.
have more than the one collagen. So I sometimes add, particularly if I've run out of the creamer, I will add the collagen peptides to whatever it is I'm drinking. I
Mm-hmm.
actually, another of my favorite drinks, and I know we're talking about coffee, but we're also talking about the mushrooms in the coffee, but I love our hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't have a coffee, and I haven't actually done it yet, I was going to do it last night and oh, actually, I was quite exhausted last night, so just went to bed early. um, but I love mochachinos, where you have it's a combination of coffee and chocolate. And as yet, I haven't
Mm-hmm.
done this, is put our hot chocolate, which is again got mushrooms in it, and the coffee together. So I'm going to try that combination. But when I have my hot chocolate, first of all, I put the Osto FX powder and I have the liquid and I mix them together. So I'm getting a double dose of my Osteo, particularly at night time, the Osto FX, particularly at night time, because the Osteo FX helps with sleep,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it repairs. So I actually mix those two together first before I put in either my hot chocolate or my coffee, but I'm going to try the two. And I must admit, I haven't done it yet. I've thought about it and haven't. And I put our liquid chocolate in as well. And a bit of collagen peptides and my creamer. So
Well,
I'm looking
have
after my skin, my connective tissues.
how closely have you looked at the hot chocolate ingredients?
Well, it has
It
mushrooms in
has
it as well.
reishi mushroom
Yeah,
extract.
exactly.
So, so I have to applaud the company for being so forward thinking as far as including these amazing ingredients. Um, I I always say that you know it's multifactorial. Like you don't get just one thing from uh, longevity products. You get a whole
Yeah. Well,
army.
as Doc Wallach has always maintained and said, it's the cofactors. It's the things that work together. If you don't have the cofactors working together, then you're wasting your time and money particularly when it comes to supplements, because it's the cofactors that bring it all together for them to do their job together. I mean, it's pretty hard for our bodies to work without a brain. But if we didn't have a brain, we could not see, we could not hear, we could not, you know, move our bodies, that song, the what's not connected to the thigh
Oh,
bone. I can't remember it all, but everything's connected.
yeah.
And I see the supplements and our coffees is this, in my opinion, a really good supplement that everyone loves, has the cofactors to give you the best benefit that your body needs to heal itself, but with a little bit of luxury thrown in.
Ah, I love it. I'm so
Why not?
glad it's down there. I'm so
Oh,
glad.
we were actually sadly here down under. It obviously takes longer for things to get to us, and so we were really surprised and excited that we got it so soon after you guys, because usually we have to wait a good 12 months to 2 years
Oh,
to get
wow.
it to get anything, and a
I
lot of
was
it has to do
thrilled
with governments
to
though,
hear
and
it
the
was
red
coming.
tape.
Now,
The
is
red
it in New Zealand as well?
Oh, yes. Well, our warehouse is in New Zealand, so if I can get it in Australia, it's in New Zealand because
Yay.
that's where the warehouse is. So
Awesome.
it's either their government or ours, New Zealand or Australia, that won't let it in, and that's why we can't have everything that you guys have.
Hmm.
Not the only reason. The other reason is we don't have the population, but anyway. But anyway, that's really good. So, guys, does anyone have any questions for Dr. Lisa about either our collagen or our coffee or our chocolate even? Brand will have a question.
Yeah, I've always got a question. Oh, my phone went dead when you got to the mushroom extract number 10, and my phone went dead. I didn't get to hear what that one was.
Number 10
Yes, the last
is
on the list.
shiitake.
Shiitake.
The
Did you get that,
immune
Grant?
Yep.
the immune illuminator.
Ah,
It stimulates your immune system and provides antibacterial support. It's like a microscopic superhero patrolling your system.
wow. Wow, I like all that stuff. Yeah. I wish I liked coffee, but I don't.
I know.
Well, Grant, maybe you should get some because it's great for sampling to people who do love it and have it.
I've got some from our last convention. I got given some then, and I'm waiting for my daughter to come
Maybe
over.
you should make some up and have a sip.
Well, when my daughter comes over, well, actually, my daughter's back from America, so she'll back from Europe, so she'll have one, and I'll give it to them and see what they think of it.
And have a
But
sip.
Plan.
I might have a little tiny sip, but I'm very nervous with coffee, so it doesn't react well with my system.
Well, see, now this would be the perfect tester. So when
Coffee and Coke are the two things that don't do well with my system. Other than I'm fine.
Coffee, I would say yes. But
Hold on. I got to mute for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Grant, I would be very interested in you having at least a little sip and a little go.
Okay, I'll have a little sip. I'll have it when I make my one for my daughter. I'll pour a little bit in a cup for me, see what it's like.
Yeah. So I mean, because again, it is good to hear from people who don't drink coffee, or well, I don't drink Coke anyway, because it's all the bad things in it, all what it does to your stomach for a start.
Oh, I know. I wouldn't drink Coke anyway, but if I do it, it reacts badly with me anyway. So it's two reasons why I'm not going to drink it. I haven't had Coke in years, like 15 years or something. I don't know, 20 years. Well, no, I would. I think it'd be 20 years. It'd be 15 years since I've had a Coke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I don't drink it at all. So,
no.
So do we have any
I
other
certainly understand you're not being thrilled about trying the coffee.
Oh, I can understand it too. But, Grant, use yourself as a guinea pig.
I'll use myself as a guinea pig, and I'll do it that way. In fact, I might make myself up a cup because I'll see what it's like. If it doesn't affect me, that's a big thing because I'd react badly to coffee. That would
Well,
that would be a big
I
test.
would say make a half.
Wait till you have someone with you.
Make a half one.
Make a half one.
I'll make one for my daughter, and I'll have a
couple tablespoons of hers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take a little,
And I do have collagen peptides every day. So I have some of that every day.
Awesome.
That's good.
So I'm a big believer in collagen peptides. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, from the gut, from the bones, from the skin, everything. I mean, that collagen is everywhere in your body. So
Yeah. Apparently it doesn't taste, but I'm not about to put it in my coffee, but or my cup of tea. But apparently it doesn't taste. But I just whack it in with my tangy tangerine and my Osto FX, and it's fine.
Yeah, you have whichever way you want. But
yeah.
What do you mean whack? What do you mean? No.
Flat.
Are you whacking me? Are you whacking me upside the head?
He's picking up on your "Are you feeling crook?" conversation.
Yeah. I know. Yep, that's what I got in a big trouble over that one. I thought, holy screw, I'm in a fight here. Gee.
Yeah.
Just a little cross.
For those that don't know, I
joke.
had an American friend over, and he was having the snuffles, and I said, "Are you crook?" In Australia, that means, "Are you unwell?" But he thought I was calling him a crook, and he got most offended, and I thought I was going to have a blue on my hands. So it was one of those things where the language just don't mean the same thing. All the Australians knew what was going on, and we were all laughing, and he was getting more upset because they were all laughing at him, and oh, bloody hell.
Wow.
Well, Harry,
did you have any questions for that one?
Yeah, right. Harry, did you and Magna have any questions there?
Ask a question. What about using coffee as an enema? You know, for cancer, you hear that they've got clinics that do that, cleaning your colon. I'm not too sure. This probably would be just right up the right field, because with all the mushrooms and the Grant's saying no, we wouldn't like to pipe up his whatever you call it.
No, I think they had a special coffee for that.
Sorry?
I think there's a special coffee for that. Yeah, it's not the regular coffee.
Yeah, we'd have to do a check on that. That's for sure. Yeah, but I'm saying, would it be any benefit to use it for that? That's all. We'll check it out, Grant. We'll come back to it. No good shaking your head.
I wouldn't waste my money on it.
If we don't know the details, no good shaking your head. Anyway,
I would definitely have to study.
And look, also, if Grant was a drinker in the army, he would have taken probably 4 drinks of whiskey before he even liked it, or 4 drinks of something else.
Not all soldiers are drinkers. Not all soldiers are drinkers.
No, I know that, but hey, listen, everything's an acquired taste. When somebody tastes something for the first time, usually they don't like it, and but usually it's the second taste that counts. It's like the first kiss. You sort of, wow, what was that? You know,
10% of soldiers don't drink at all.
I know, Grant. I'm just saying that. But I'm just saying, when you've got an acquired taste for something, it takes 2 tastes to get used to something. If you go back and eat ice cream, I'm just making a point. That's all. You might want to have a point of difference. That's great. That's good. You're allowed to have that.
Yeah. No, I think he's more talking about the reaction it gives. But anyway, back to the question, Dr. Lisa, Harry's first question. Do you think that it could make a difference?
Well, I have the first time I heard of coffee enemas was in the 80s, I think. And I know there was, emerging literature about alternative medicine back then. And, but I have not seen recent studies. I would really have to look it up. Now, how could it have possibly helped? There are antioxidants, and there are antioxidants in the mushroom extract. So possibly, but I think I'd rather drink it than, put it in the other end. But I do know that was I'll say not uncommon in the alternative medicine or the naturopathic world, but I haven't seen the studies on it, so I would have to get some more information about that. But I've read about it.
Maybe you'll have the same benefits drinking it.
For antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, I love that it is so powerful and it has so many benefits as we do drink it. I don't know about the other end, but
I personally have not heard of that, so that was a surprise to me. But you learn all sorts at Bronie's desk.
yep.
People
So
come with all sorts of questions.
actually, there is someone that I can ask because she's a colonic hydrotherapist or something like that. So I will ask and find out the latest on
that would be beneficial. That would be beautiful because there might be some benefit out of it for that. But we should ask the questions and not take it for granted that you can't use it for certain things. You have to research it and do it properly. Ask Ben. We've got the technicians and the people who've got the knowledge within the system. We ask the people who know. Peter Glenn might know as well. So,
well,
anyway,
that's
my piece for today. By the way,
no, I mean, if you ask the question, you never find the answer.
Steve McQueen had
Dr.
colonic irrigation.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry. Steve McQueen had colonic irrigation for cancer. It's recorded, it's written in his records, you know. There's just one person on earth there that I know for sure had colonic, you know, coffee, enanimas. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well,
that's...
I have Dr. Glidden's book, so I'll look there and I'll do my own research and I'll ask the hydrotherapists, the colonic hydrotherapists that I know.
Absolutely. Amen.
Well, I mean, if you don't ask the questions, you never know the answer. And you know, it's interesting. I had never heard of that. So if Harry hadn't asked the question, I wouldn't have heard. Yeah, I wouldn't have known. It's not something that I'd actually heard of. So see, you learn all sorts of things here at Bronie's.
Yeah, this is the thing though.
We go everywhere.
Whatever the research shows, and I'm very curious to find out what it will show. How much research can I find on it? You know, who's doing the research, etc. I mean, I really look at studies that way. Like, okay, how many people did you have in the study? Was it a double blind? Was it a just anecdotal evidence that got published? But whatever the research shows, I'm certain of this, that the diet is more impactful.
Yeah.
That, you know, the good food, bad food list, that is, you know, sticking to that and adding sugar on the bad food list, particularly for cancer, that will, I believe, that will have much more impact than whatever supplements or whatever treatments we can do.
Absolutely, I completely agree. And it's amazing the number of people that have cancer who would like it gone, who will not eliminate sugar
or fried chicken.
Fried chicken is not as prevalent here as what it is over there, although we do have Kentucky fried chicken. So, but yeah, it is amazing. The number of people.
You know, I had patients in the hospital, and their families would smuggle in Kentucky fried chicken to give to the patient, you know, thinking, oh well, you know, this will make them feel better, and this will, you know.
So the hardest because you can smell it a mile away.
I know. But they would go to these lengths and sneak it into the hospital, and you know, they'd have lookouts for. I mean, it was nuts because you know, there's a reason that we want to restrict certain things. I mean, even though we didn't have complete nutritional information, we knew enough to know that fried chicken was bad for you. So
yeah. Anything fried. But anyway, all right. Well, we are getting close to the hour, so if there is no further questions, we shall call it a day here in Bronie's World. It's been very informative, lots of fun, always lots of fun with Dr. Lisa and her beautiful butterflies. I call her the butterfly queen. Anyway, so as I ask you all really nicely here in Bronie's World to stay safe, stay informed, be empowered, but do not live in fear, my friends. And when you are getting the luxurious taste of an amazing coffee full of those powerful benefits of the 10, not 1, not 2, not 5, but 10 the mushrooms added to the collagen and the collagen peptides, whether it's a creamer or the peptide itself, then you too, my friends, will be powerful, beautiful, brilliant, and most definitely very brave. God bless you all. Catch you again tomorrow here in Bronie's World. Bye for now, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Lisa. Thank you, Bronie.
My
You're
pleasure.
very welcome, Grant. And thank you all for coming.